Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We are going to present now the Zero Deforestation Wood project that has been selected on the second call of SEQUA, of Al Invest Verde, that's financed by SEQUA. This project is led by the ATIBT and has the participation of Conservación Internacional Mexico, the Secretary of Economic Development of Quintana Roo, and the Secretary of Environment of Campeche. This project is to support commercially forestry producers from Quintana Roo and Campeche, tejidos, in order for them to reach new markets and enable them to export their products to Europe. A vital component of this project is the development of a robust traceability system that will help them to comply with the new EUDR regulations. So right now, I would like to give the microphone to Benoit, who's going to give us more details about this exciting project.
Hi, everybody. Very happy to be here. I don't know if I have to speak in English, in French, in Spanish, but well, we will choose English. It's the beginning for ATIBT of an interaction with the Selva Maya area. We have a strong interest to develop ATIBT also in America. And last year we had a very good opportunity to visit some projects, some activities, thanks to an invitation of Rainforest. We had an incredible meeting in Yucatan, and thanks to a meeting also with Mincadef, with a meeting with Celso, we could visit the Ejido, born the idea to build this project, and fortunately now it's a reality. So today we will launch this project. It's supposed to be developed for the next 18 months with contributions of Quintana Roo government, thanks to Pedro Chagoy, with the contribution of Campeche government, which is not here, Conservation International, with also the Ejidos of Campeche and Quintana Roo, and also being very close from rainforest actions in Selva Maya, of course. What I can say anymore, welcome everybody here. Very, very excited to be with you, and I consider the project will be launched.
Thank you so much, Benoit. Right now, I'll give you the word to Pedro Chargoy, who is the Subsecretary of Economic Development of Quintana Roo.
Bonjour. Good morning to everyone. I have a brief presentation here. It's not mine. No, the next one. No, I think, no. Yeah, finally. Well, I'm going to talk about a little bit about Quintana Roo State, where we come from. We are from the Secretary of Economic Development, and we have a lot of people, 1.9 million people around in Mexico, 1.9 million people on that state. We face the Caribbean, Mexican Caribbean shore. We are better known by Cancun on the north of the state, and we share border with Belize at the south. We have a strong shoreline to the Caribbean, and we have 357,000 million of gross income, which is pretty big around that southeast area. our primary sector is the third one, the tourism related activities, and also between that, the tourism, we have also the the real estate business is quite important as well. So what I mean, or what we aim to do, that is that construction related with wood can be a good advantage in that sense, because it's quite important for us. We're not that important in the primary and the secondary sector, because it's 10% and 1% related too. We have 995,000 people with jobs, and we are a pretty good state in order to create jobs in all over the country. We are number one from time to time in that sense. Next one, please. We have a history related to wood. We started like a wood state, let me say, put it that way, because we more than 100 years ago, we are only rainforest in that area, and president back then used it like a prison. So if he didn't like it, someone, he sent it to that state. That was or Siberia. Let's put it in that sense. The Mayan people from there, when they got a rebellion, they traded with the British for guns, and they have inner commerce related to woods. And also we have a lot of economy related to the ecosystem. Not only woods, also honey, and also the chewing gum from the zapote tree, which is also famous, that state related. We have a recent history where a state no older than 50 years old. So even the constructions, there are British style wooden constructions there. And in more recent times, we're economic related to tourism boom. Let's say it like that. We have Cancun, Tulum, Cozumel, Playa del Carmen, and several tourism developments that have been growing, not only with people coming around all over the world, also with economic improvements in that sector. Just to put it in the sense, but we have a past related to wood, which is very important to us. We have large markets here. I have some data in US dollars. We have a local, regional market here of 169,000 million dollars. Nationally, we have 1 billion US dollars, and we think that we are the link to the Caribbean and Central America, because we're facing the Caribbean and we have a border with the Belize in this case. And we have ports also that you can relate to export to the USA, and Mexico is known for have a lot of international trade agreements to facilitate international commerce. So I think it's important to take that to bear that in mind when you talk about Mexico and all the effects that nearshoring or relocalization of enterprise are happening right now in the world. Next one, please. So we're interested in some opportunities to diversification. For instance, we would like to use the forest as a way of promoting wealth and well-being to the people that lives in the communities that possess that forest ecosystems. So we have a lot of people that go out from school, and we pretend to aim that education in order to they know how to use their ecosystem in a sustainable way. That's an image of we have Maya Pash, which is traditional music in Maya. We would like to have people making that instruments from their own woods and preserving their traditions and the way of being, and adding value to the wood. That will be quite nice, actually. Next one. And diversify is wonderful. We have a lot of different woods. Rainforest is a diverse ecosystem, so we think that that could be an opportunity in the market, because diverse is good, and we have to learn how to use it. To learn about the properties of all the different woods that we have, in order to share it with the markets and use it to different purposes. I think this is a story, quick story, about one particular kind of wood. Celso is gonna teach me more about it. Is la más dura que existe, que es medio resinosa, que lo ocuparan como frenos de tren. They used to use it, the Guayacan. They used to use it as a brake to railroads, so that the wood was pressed against the wheels in order to stop the train. So that's a particular hardwood that we have, and we have to research to find more about that particular properties of our wood, to use it wisely and not only fashionable matter. Next one, please. And what are we doing as a government, a local government? We have two parks of that together they are more than 200 hectares, and we would like to relate it to wood-related or ecosystem-related companies that can use and sustain business that can add value to the sector. And we think that we as government can bring all that soft landing opportunities to them. So that's a program that we have and that we would like to share, because the project is not only about exporting wood; it is also about bringing together the whole value chain, the ecosystem related to the woods add value companies. Next one, please. And I think that's it. That's pretty much it for me. And I thank you all for your attention. And I'm glad to be here with all of you. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm going to explain you about, within this project that we have in Quintana Roo and Campeche, we are setting up a traceability system, or zero deforestation traceability system, that gives an answer to the new European regulation for zero deforestation products. As you may know, beginning this year, many products, among them the timber, are not going to be allowed to get into Europe if they don't prove they come from a zero deforestation production system. So we are actually, this project has 4 components. One is access to market, to the European market. The second component is traceability, so that is implementing a zero deforestation traceability system. And the third component is bringing all the support from the public policy that the local governments can have. So in the traceability systems, we have some key considerations that are specific for a forest sector, different from the agriculture sector, that when you have for coffee, cacao, palm oil, and so on, implementing the zero deforestation regulation could be relatively easy, because it could be proved, the zero deforestation, with satellite information, georeferencing, that shows that the production system don't goes further against the forest. But actually, in the forest or in the wood production, is different, and you need more precise information. So designing these traceability systems, we are having the following considerations. One is taking into account that we have an ecosystem full of organizations that are currently gathering and working with the supply chain, supporting all these organizations along the supply chain. So we have certifiers like FSCC, NGOs like Rainforest Alliance. Then we have the local governments that are also doing actions in theirs, and the ejidos that are the ones that produce this timber. So the first step designing this traceability system, it was actually to align with all this information that is currently taking in place in the territory, and integrate all this information in a technology system that can give more transparency in to the zero deforestation traceability that we have to prove here in Europe. Then it comes the technology adaptation. So speaking about traceability system for zero deforestation and compared the timber production with agriculture production, as I said before, in the agriculture production, you just have to show that the agriculture production system then goes then goes further to the forest. But then in the timber production, you actually have some permits to use some timbers in one specific year. So it's not enough with the satellite and geographic information. And here comes more important the blockchain technology, where we are going to gather information in each stage of the value chain, from the field, going through the whole steps of the value chain, and that information, as it's been taken with blockchain information, it won't be able to be changed by the actors that introduce the information, but also by other actors in the value chain, which gives more transparency. And this is very important in order to make a trace of the timber in all steps in the value chain, from the beginning in the field up to the end when it goes to the commerce. So the buyers here in Europe could know exactly the timber that it was allowed to be cut in the field. It remains still until the end. That blockchain information is going, and all the information that will be gathered in the field is going to be introduced by their own communities. And that is important. That is important in terms of creating capabilities, digital capabilities by the local communities that will use this system as an added value also to accomplish with the regulation, but to give it traceability and transparency to the value chain. Second, digitalize a lot of information that currently is not online. It's more in the books and in the notes of many organizations working along the value chain. But actually, we need to digitalize this information, so it won't be changed by anyone, and also it will be credible enough to prove the zero deforestation in Europe. And also it gives an autonomy and a self-management by the communities. One of the characteristics of these traceability systems is that it's not going to be one organization that controls the whole information, but actually all parts in the supply chain will bring the information related to the timber that they transform or they bring to transform, and no one will have control for all the information, which is important in terms of transparency. And then the social and environmental safeguards, given that this project is in this project is also part International Conservancy. International Conservancy is leading this part, bringing social environmental safeguards first to build the traceability systems in a way that actually respond to the characteristics and the desires of the social of the local communities. Second, to identify the social and environmental risk. One of the characteristics of the zero deforestation European regulation is that you have to present a risk assessment and mitigation strategy for all these value chains that are required to be zero deforestation. So actually the social and environmental safeguards will bring information to develop this risk assessment and mitigation risks strategy. And third, the social and environmental safeguards will also ensure a correct governance in the implementation of the traceability system, which is actually one of the most challenging parts of this project, to actually make sure the governance in the whole process keeps in order and each part of the value chains bring a correct information to the system. So this is the integration of all the information that is going to happen during the implementation of this traceability system, that comes with satellitized and geolocalization information to know which of the heroes are, integrate the supply chains, where they are. That information is going to be crossed with the blockchain information that each part of the value chain is going to be introducing during the whole process. And then along all this process, the social and environmental safeguards and the connection with European markets. Also, we believe that these traceability systems could bring benefits, especially for tropical timber, because it will help to educate clients about this timber and demystify the idea that tropical timber means deforestation, but actually comes from a sustainable management of the forest. And additionally to education, also to be able to bring light to some timbers that are not really well known in Europe, but can actually be a good option for the European market that wants to substitute other timbers. So now I would like to pass the word to my colleague Celso. Celso comes from an ejido in Quintana Roo, Petcacat, and I think, Celso, you are the most appropriate one to speak about the timbers that you have in Quintana Roo and the sustainable management you are using. Lo que dije es que puedes hablar de las maderas que ustedes tienen y el manejo sostenible.
Pero la presentación era otra.
¿Ah?
La presentación era otra, me cambiaron. Muchas gracias. ¿Tú me vas a traducir?
Traduis en français, toi?
Muchas gracias. Es un gusto estar con ustedes. Nosotros venimos de una comunidad maya. Queremos entrar al mercado europeo y estamos haciendo todos los procesos y procedimientos para cumplir con los requerimientos.
Alors bonjour à tous, nous venons d'une communauté maya et nous sommes en train de mettre en œuvre tous les procédés de manière à pouvoir développer nos ventes sur le marché européen.
El origen de la comunidad fue con la idea de producción de látex de chicle. El árbol que ven allá arriba es un chicozapote que está siendo cortado. Si alguno haya visto alguna película mexicana, el que está haciendo el corte es Pedro Infante.
Alors l'origine de notre communauté forestière est issue à l'origine du développement du chicle, donc matière première du chewing-gum, qui procède d'une saignée de l'arbre du chico zapote. Alors pour ceux qui connaissent l'histoire mexicaine, hein, le gars qui tient la machette là est Pedro Infante. Te dejo decir quién era Pedro Infante.
Uno que cantaba rancheras.
C'est un chanteur mexicain très connu qui chantait des rancheras. On en fera une après, mais c'est une autre histoire.
Contamos con 51,000 hectáreas de superficie forestal y actualmente contamos con certificación FSC.
Nous avons donc 50 000 hectares de surface forestière certifiée FSC.
Actualmente, aparte de la venta de madera, nosotros vendemos créditos de carbono.
Au-delà de la vente du bois, nous vendons des crédits carbone.
Con car.
Car,
Con
avec car.
car. Esa es la institución.
Oui, avec car, qui est l'institution.
Unas imágenes del proceso de extracción. Las condiciones del trabajo son un poco complicadas por el sistema ambiental. Estamos hablando de selva, no muy alta, pero es selva.
Alors voilà notre procédé d'exploitation du bois. Alors nous travaillons dans des forêts qui ne sont pas très, très hautes. Ce n'est pas une très grande forêt, mais c'est classé en termes de forêt.
Tenemos volúmenes muy interesantes de madera, 53,000 metros cúbicos de madera al año.
Nous avons une production de 53 000 mètres cubes par an.
Nuestro sistema de producción incluye la integración de la comunidad dentro del proceso. Somos un ejido que somos 216 ejidatarios, de los cuales todos obtienen beneficio y hay una proyección con un manejo a futuro.
L'ejido est constitué de 216 personnes, ejidatarios, et tous sont intégrés dans ce processus de production.
Una imagen de lo que nosotros trabajamos, aparte de que trabajamos tabla, madera en rollo, trabajamos productos terminados.
Nous produisons donc de la planche, hein, des produits bruts, mais également des produits finis tels que ceux que vous pouvez voir dans la photo.
Siguiente. Nuestros volúmenes de producción son importantes. Nosotros queremos venir a vender aquí al mercado europeo. Si nos compran madera, no estarían comprando únicamente manejo, estarían comprando historia. Si quieren traerse una parte del trópico, la madera de nosotros es perfecta.
Alors, nous sommes venus ici pour développer nos ventes de bois en Europe. Lorsque vous achetez du bois de nos ejidos, vous n'achetez pas que du bois, vous achetez aussi une partie de notre histoire.
Una foto panorámica del lugar donde trabajamos, todo hecho de madera igual. La madera es muy resistente. Para las condiciones ambientales tropicales, la madera de nosotros es especial para eso.
Le bâtiment que vous voyez là est entièrement fait en bois de chez nous. Donc c'est un bois extrêmement résistant et qui a des qualités aptes à de très nombreux usages.
Gracias.
Merci à tous.
No estaría mal explicar lo que son los ejidos en México, es algo muy particular.
Claro que sí. Vamos a explicar un poco qué son los ejidos. Un ejido es una extensión de tierra que poseen un grupo de ejidatarios. Tienen la posesión de la tierra, nosotros hacemos la gestión, el manejo, es como una propiedad.
L'ejido est une surface forestière ou non forestière qui appartient à une communauté. Et cette communauté gère cet espace forestier. C'est comparable à ce que sont les forêts communautaires, mais avec une différence, à savoir que le droit des ejidatarios est très particulier et est un droit issu de la Révolution mexicaine et s'inscrit dans le droit mexicain comme c'est pas une coopérative, c'est pas c'est pas une indivision, c'est un droit très spécifique et qui est très particulier au contexte mexicain. L'expliquons.
Okay, so thank you so much for your presence today. We are going to, part of this project, we're going to have a commercial fair next year, around November probably. And you're all invited. Also, if you want to receive more information about the development of the project, as well as information about the ejidos that are participants and the offer of wood, please feel free to register yourself to this QR code, where you're going to find also information about technical information about the wood. Thank you so much for your time, and see you.
De Mesoamérica.
Is that contiguous forest resource between Belize, Guatemala, and Mexico. Almost all the biodiversity that you can imagine happens in this region.
Estamos rodeados de mucha cultura de nuestros antepasados.
Se logra esa conexión con nuestra cultura maya.
Un espacio sagrado, es el hogar de Chaco.
Y no es casualidad que el agua haya tenido un papel tan central en la cultura maya.
Sin agua no podemos subsistir.
Most of our water resources come from our aquifers and from our watersheds.
Our watersheds release into rivers, and these rivers flow into our coastal communities.
Todos estos cuerpos de agua son vitales para la conservación y para la biodiversidad. Tenemos que estar pensando en las diferentes amenazas que están presentes en ese territorio.
The biggest challenges in this area are illegal logging, hunting, and forest fires.
El territorio está siendo afectado por las grandes granjas, las grandes fábricas.
las aguas residuales que ellos tiran, los desechos corren debajo de nosotros.
Estamos lastimando lo que es el ecosistema del agua.
So if we want to have water, we have to have forests.
Lo que estamos buscando es involucrar a todos los actores, incluyendo a las comunidades, autoridades, y que pueden hacer una diferencia en el manejo sustentable de estos territorios.
El bosque está en manos de la gente comunitaria. Ellos resultan ser agentes de cambio.
Sustainability, regeneration, all go hand in hand, all connected.
Necesitamos de que haya más vegetación, que así como le hicimos daño a nuestros pedacitos de tierra, pues hay que reconstruir un poco.
Creating awareness of the benefits of forests.
A healthy forest equates to a healthier freshwater system.
We need to improve our knowledge. You can't manage what you don't know.
Hay que cuidar lo que es el bosque. Nos da para sustentarnos y la naturaleza es algo que nosotros no podemos hacer con nuestras propias manos.
Entremos con respeto a un espacio de una significancia tan importante.
Para mí es un paraíso, hay agua, hay vegetación.
Somos nosotros, somos comunidad, somos agua. Y el agua para esta comunidad representa recuperación de identidad.
El compromiso para conservar estas áreas es universal.
Y abeti meki kinchibalop, teli abeti kinlung kabito.
Abet kalanke shekash, yantona kapata que.
Con escalante lejao.
Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Puis on se retrouve dans 2 ans, même au CIB. Muchas gracias y nos vemos luego.
Allez-y, Charlie. On a fini? Oh, putain, c'est bien gras là.